Saudi oil attacks, U.S. says intelligence shows Iran involved. The United States has issued satellite images and cited intelligence to back its claim that Iran was behind attacks on Saudi oil facilities. Iran denies involvement in Saturday's air attacks, which were claimed by Iran-aligned Houthi rebels in Yemen. But unnamed U.S. officials speaking to U.S. and international media say the direction and extent of the attacks cast doubt on Houthi involvement. The incident has cut global oil supplies by 5% and prices have soared. What is the U.S. saying? Secretary of State Mike Pompeo blamed Iran at the weekend, without providing any evidence, prompting Tehran to accuse Washington of deceit. Tweeting on Sunday, President Donald Trump stopped short of directly accusing Iran, but suggested possible military action once the perpetrator was known. Unnamed U.S. officials have been speaking to the New York Times, ABC and Reuters. One official said there were 19 points of impact on the targets and the attacks had come from the west and northwest, not Houthi-controlled territory in Yemen, which lies to the southwest of the Saudi oil facilities. The official said that could suggest launch sites in the northern Gulf, Iran or Iraq. A close-up image of damaged tanks at the Abqaiq processing plant appeared to show impact points on the western side. Attack on Saudis destabilizes already volatile region. Iran-US tensions, what's going on? Officials quoted by the New York Times said a mix of drones and cruise missiles might have been deployed, but that not all hit their targets at Abqaiq and the Kuwait oil field. ABC quotes a senior U.S. official as saying that Mr. Trump was fully aware that Iran was responsible. What are the oil markets doing? The oil price has surged. Brent crude jumped 10% to $66.28 a barrel, in what Bloomberg describes as the biggest intraday surge since 1988. West Texas Intermediate rose 8.9% to $59.75 in Asian trading. Prices eased slightly after President Trump authorized the release of U.S. reserves. Oil prices soar after attacks on Saudi facilities. How has Iran reacted? Iran has yet to respond to the latest U.S. assertions. But Iranian Foreign Minister Javad Zarif tweeted on Sunday to deride Mr. Pompeo, saying that having failed at max pressure, Sec. Pompeo's turning to max deceit. He was referring to the Trump administration's stated maximum pressure campaign, which has targeted Iran with sanctions since Washington pulled out of an international agreement to limit the scope of Iran's nuclear program. Why might the Houthis have attacked Saudi Arabia? The Houthis have repeatedly launched rockets, missiles and drones toward populated areas in Saudi Arabia. The attacks have left at least 4 civilians dead. Yemen has been devastated by a conflict that escalated in March 2015, when the Houthis seized control of much of the west of the country and forced President Abdrabbuh Mansour Hadi to flee abroad. Alarmed by the rise of a group they believe to be backed militarily by regional Shia power Iran, Saudi Arabia and 8 other mostly Sunni Arab states began an air campaign aimed at restoring Mr. Hadi's government and imposed a partial blockade on Yemen. The UN says the conflict has claimed the lives of at least 7,290 civilians and left 80% of the population, 24 million people, in need of humanitarian assistance or protection, including 10 million who rely on food aid to survive. Houthi military spokesman Yahya Sarriya said on Saturday that operations against Saudi targets would only grow wider and will be more painful than before, so long as their aggression and blockade continues.